It is currently almost 4 a.m. by the time I'm hitting my bed. This was the, I think, worst night I've ever had working as a scare actor. Well, I've been stuck behind the train for 10 minutes, and then it left, and then another one immediately came. So I'm just gonna do my beginning narration right now. I'm in Mercy Queue with Amanda. I'm very, 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 very worried for tonight. It's supposed to be the first busy Saturday night, even though last Saturday was way busier than it should have been. I just don't want to throw my voice out, because I'm really, really worried since I'm still sick. My voice is gonna get thrown out. Hi. Wow, nobody. I think because the other high schools are having their prom tonight. We are just as short-staffed as yesterday, and I was told when it gets super packed up, because it will, Amanda's supposed to stay there and do the spacing, and I'm supposed to run around the queue line and fuck around, which is good. I like being told I can do that, because I like doing that. It's so short-staffed though.
Let me tell you, Sunday's gonna be a few hundred people, probably about 400 or 500 people, but tonight, you're gonna times 3 that, maybe 1,400 people tonight, hopefully. Let's get out there. 1, 2, 3. Hell yeah,
and I'm supposed to run around the queue line and fuck around, which is good. So I'm not Mercy Queue host. I am elevator assistant. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I'm getting no footage tonight. Mercy assistant. I'm so fucking mad right now. Screw the person who called in. Someone called in, so I got moved. Amanda's fucked. And I'm pissed. I'm gonna start crying. I am currently crying. I'm gonna go cry in the bathroom. And then we'll start the night.
No, I just feel bad.
It's okay. It's not your fault. I'm just pissed off. It's not you.
So mad. I'm livid. They moved me to a fucking single room. Right, so I'm gonna need to explain this whole thing because on the outside, it seems pretty confusing and self-entitled, and it frankly is. I don't normally cut the present me in these videos, but this requires an explanation because it is a very, very layered thing what happened that night. I figured out, actually I think during this night, that I have a pride issue. If you've ever read Percy Jackson and you know like Annabeth's fatal flaw is hubris, that's like me. My fatal flaw is hubris. I'm very prideful. I think that came from, as a child, being a good kid, but being a background kid. Because when you're a good kid, you're not paid attention to, because people are paying attention to the troubled kids or the naturally extremely talented kids. I was always used to being a background person, no matter how hard I tried. So once I get a spot of general authority, I cling on to it. I'm so mad. You got this. You got this. I know.
That's what I'm saying.
Mercy Q's your baby.
Yeah. What the fuck? What?
Since I'm only breaking 2 people, I get to have fun with you guys.
I'm not gonna fucking be here. Don't even.
I know I'm being a child right now. Looking back on this, I'm laughing at myself for how much of a child I'm being. Normally, I probably would not have reacted so viscerally to being moved to a single room. But on this night, when I knew we were going to be packed, I knew Amanda was going to be alone. I was ready to be Mercy Q and get to act in the queue line. I was still sick. I still had a fever. And I had started the night already cranky. Just being told that I was being moved told me in my twisted train of thought at that point that I was not worth being in a more important role that night. Was that true? Absolutely not. But me being so prideful and already upset at the start of the night, that's what it told me. I'm here so mad. They couldn't have moved anybody else? Anybody fucking else? I'm gonna be mad this whole night. What really killed me is just sitting behind a black wall in a totally dark room, doing my little pop scare once in a while, hearing Amanda and Danny and Brendan talk on the other side of the wall. And that just... I'm starting to cry thinking about it. It shouldn't mean that much to me. But as a kid, I was very left out. In high school, I was very left out. I've always been a loner. So I take having friends and being put in roles of importance where I get to talk to people very, very seriously. And just sitting there alone behind a wall in a dark room, listening to all these other people who I thought I should be with, talk and have fun and do their thing, just brought me back to when I was younger and I was left out of things. Was that the case? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is not what Amber intended when she moved me there. She moved me there because we were extremely short-staffed. But in my mind, that's what I was being told. That I was not as good as the actors on the other side of that wall, and I had to stick in the dark room. I'm starting to cry. It's a very, very touchy thing for me to talk about. The entire season, I had never been in single rooms. I'd been either Mercy Q, Breaker 7, or Breaker 6. And I was Breaker 6 the previous day. So having that whole section, being a breaker for that whole section, on a generally slow night, to being moved to a single room in that whole section on a busy night, got me so angry and upset. And it like set off sensors in my brain that like, you were Breaker 6 and now you're a single room because you're not good enough to be that role on a busy night. That wasn't the case. That was not the case. I want to clarify. These like single room roles are not bad roles. The thing is also, going back to the whole pride thing, last year I started in Rails, which is a single room, but a very unique single room. And then after Rails, I was never put in a single room ever again. I was Rails for 2 weekends, then I was moved to Mercy Q, which I don't count as like a single room. I count it as a queue line. Then I was moved to front of house acting, and I'd switch between those two. Throughout my whole scare acting career, I've never been just in a single room. I think subconsciously, I had just determined if I was ever moved to a single room, I was not a good scare actor. And that's not true. I don't know how many times I can clarify this. That is not true of other scare actors at all. There are some amazing, amazing scare actors working single rooms. They have like their homes in single rooms, but it's just, I think that's what subconsciously happened to me because I have a pride issue, and you know, that never happened to me before. I'd never been in a single room. I didn't start out in single rooms. This whole combination of things killed me. Sent me in a spiral. I cried like 10 times. And for the first 2 rounds, this is basically what happened. I'd sit in the corner, I'd cry, I'd do some pop scares, I'd cry some more, and I was doing a lot of self-reflection too, because I had no idea I'd have this visceral of a reaction to being put in a single room. And it frankly was unwarranted. I was being way too hard on myself here. Way too hard, and I was already having a horrible day, and I was already sick, and just this whole combination of things just set me off. Brendan would look into my room for like 5 seconds, and then he'd leave, because he knew if he said anything to me, I'd go off, and that was good. I needed space, because in these 2 rounds, I did a lot of self-reflection. So I just wanted to explain myself here, because I know this can be extremely misinterpreted, and I'm frankly being vain, and I'm being entitled. During this night, I was. First break, 8:42. Am I even gonna make this a fucking video? I don't even know. If I am, it's the first break. I'm still mad.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
I did not know he was in here.
yeah. It's your break time too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll go then.
9:40, second break. I'm still upset. Nothing has changed. And I'm getting really mediocre groups too, which just really puts the nail in the coffin. I think it's a pride thing. I don't know. I really shouldn't be complaining that much. I don't fucking need to absolutely throw my voice out in Mercy Q tonight, but it's a pride thing. I know it's a pride thing. This is technically better for me to be in a small area. But
It's a beautiful
okay, I shall not divulge anything. Shit went down during the second half of that break, and things may be changing. Not really sure. So not getting into it, but some things happened, and I was switched with the elevator host, which I think forced me to stop sulking since I wasn't in a dark corner, and my mood actually started getting a little bit better.
How attached are we to our internal organs? I hope not very. Come on in, everybody. Don't be shy. We gotta get you down there. Thank you so much for being willing volunteers to our experiments. Now, please make your way down this totally not shady corridor into that elevator down to the back. It smells like it came from a slaughterhouse. Jeez, we gotta get you cleaned up. Thanks for volunteering. Catch! You have horrible motor skills. You're gonna do terribly in here. Catch! They're gonna die. Why would you send them to me? Okay. That means you're gonna be totally okay. I may have to sacrifice him though. Can I have your small intestine?
My small intestine.
I'm gonna take a small intestine. Thank you so much.
I took out his voice box a couple months ago. He's only been using my whistle from now on. It's really annoying.
Dude. Yeah, I got a little bit too far there.
Honey, it's okay.
It's okay. You don't know better. You don't know better. He doesn't know better. Oh wow. You really outgrew that, man. Need to find some thicker pants. Yeah. Yeah. He's very eloquently worded. Where the hell should go? Oh, I didn't see you all the way down there. I like it here better. This is a lot more fun. I like being able to come out. Oh yeah.
I was really giving what I'd said during my break more thought here. Honestly, I didn't need to be in one of my quotations regular spots because I was still sick and I knew my throat was not doing okay. As I started having more fun as elevator host, I came to terms with the fact that this was okay. My anger was coming from a place of frankly pride, and when I finally understood this, the night started looking up. Until it didn't. Okay, I like this arrangement much more. Even though it got a little bit hectic there at the end for some reason, I'm not super sure why. Back into the definitely more bearable trenches. It is 10:40, I think? I don't know. I just realized I have to pee. Fuck! Oh well, I'm gonna have to hold it. 11:39. Just left the huge ass conga line, so I'm gonna go on my break and then come back swinging. Woo!
Better now.
A little bit.
Okay, here we go. I'm feeling this little conga line.
It's 12:39. We technically closed about 40 minutes ago, so this will probably be my last break. Not so for sure. I think it's my last break. Wow, it's a long night. Holy crap, it got so crowded all of a sudden. My mood was doing great, but as hour after hour after hour passed with no sign of ending in sight, I became less hindered from my emotions and more from my sickness. Everything was starting to hurt. My voice was giving out, lines of people were still piling through, and the satchels on my costume were literally giving my neck a rope burn. Rope burn that I'd like to add did not heal for like a week. With how late and achy and tired I was getting, I really needed this night to end.
We're still going. What the fuck is this? There's no more people. When is it gonna be over?
The other half is starting to sound very quiet. So
That's a good sign. The issue is I have to stay there for longer. Oh, what was that? Do you know where people are?
We're fucked.
We're still going?
Yeah, they're outside still.
They're still outside. You're kidding, right?
No, I'm fucking with you.
Well, come on in, everybody. Step on in. I'd love to have some new patients with me. Thank you so much for volunteering. Thank you. I'm losing my voice. Well, come on in, everybody.
You're literally hearing it in your voice.
What?
Like, no, that's not fun for anyone. Okay.
No, I've just resorted to like basic lines. I'm so tired.
Yep.
But before I can make you guys superhuman, you gotta get down into the belly of Mercy General Hospital. And please do not try to step off early, or else we will lose limbs. That's not funny for anybody.
Do not try to preemptively leave the elevator unless you want to lose some body parts. And please don't puke. Welcome to the hospital, everybody.
Visitation ended 10 years ago. I didn't think we were gonna get more people for forever. I guess since you're here, we'll make an exception. We are done here at 2:30. That turned out to not just be the most mentally draining night of my life, but also the longest I have ever scare acted. And with that, the first half of the season would come to a close. Well, technically I still had Sunday, but nothing happened that day, so pretend it doesn't exist. Also, next episode is going to be an amalgamation of all of these nights. because it's December and we've just gotten halfway through the season. And after this group of nights, every single other video will be a little bit more unique.